Let's talk about 3 skills that predict success in 2024. Normal rules of discipline don't work for high-achieving and ambitious people in STEM, right? You know you are capable of doing the work, but what you lack is intuition and prediction of what will work. So there are situations where you find yourself wanting to do an infinite number of projects, so you say yes to different opportunities just because you think, who knows what good can come out of this. But you are avoiding the main problem and doing the work instead of sitting with yourself and your thoughts and choosing the right course of action for you while dismissing all other possible actions. I have been where you are, and I managed, as well as you, to swim in academic world, do commercial projects at the same time. I said yes to many opportunities and tried out several ideas that didn't work. I was overwhelmed, and I can still be overwhelmed because sometimes I don't know how to say no to an opportunity that seems easy and as a logical next step. What I can tell you from my experience and the experience of great number of my colleagues, successful senior engineers or directors, is that there are 3 main skills that predict success of a project. Chasing an idea after idea will not work. The first one is dream. The second one is dedicate, and the third one is discipline. So let's go to each of these 3 Ds. Dream or have hope. You and me know that motivation and inspiration together just don't do the work. Inspiration comes and goes and doesn't sink in long enough for an idea to work. We have all been there, where you listen to a motivational speech given by your professor or a boss, and you feel like you're a superhuman that can do anything. Couple of days later, you don't even know why you pulled yourself into that project, and you don't have the same drive anymore. If what you do is not in accordance with your values, then real struggle comes in. With hope, it is different. It is not as strong as motivation, but it sparks every single day just to remind you that it is possible. Your idea can work. You don't believe, but you have hope. I started my PhD studies on hope that I can do it, even though I thought that I'm not good enough to do it. But I did it. I started a health fight in my family, and I had a hope that it will be okay, and it was. Also, I started my first blog, Smart Imaging blog, and I hoped some great things will come out of it. But it didn't last. Why? Because I didn't do the second important thing, which is dedicate. When you start anything in the world, you have to invest resources in that project. Dedicate resources. Sometimes time, sometimes money, energy, sometimes all of those things. I invested a lot of time, money, willpower, and discipline in finishing PhD or fighting some health issues. Yet, I expected for a blog to work out of nothing. I didn't invest. Yes, I had a website and a domain, but it wasn't enough, obviously. And when I compare investing in PhD, when me and my husband gave our wedding money for my first year of PhD, and I invested my years of life into working on this goal, and on the other hand, what I invested in my blog is not comparable at all. The point is, when you have a goal, you just have to give it everything it needs to grow to a result you want. Then comes the third principle. This is discipline. You have to stay in the game long enough to see the results of your effort. In the case of my own successful projects, I gave them hope. I invested resources and I stayed as long as I needed to stay so I get to a result I want. In the case of blog, I didn't last. I just stopped paying for domain and hosting. Something magical happens when you stay in the game long enough. Your knowledge starts to settle in and you slowly become a completely different person than you used to be. You don't see the change every day, but when the time comes and you turn around, you see how much you are different, how much the game changed you. Then you see the real power of compounding effect, which was working for you in the background in times when you were not. It took me 7 years to finish PhD, but I never quit, even when, because of my maternity leave, I couldn't work at all. In the case of blog, I didn't stay long enough to see what could have happened. I don't regret stopping this blog project, since in the meantime I discovered that I want to do some different things, and I discovered my own authentic voice later on, but that's not the topic for today. Today, I just wanted to show you exactly what it takes to succeed. Maybe in the process you will find out that you procrastinate on some ideas that seem logical only because you hope that those ideas are not really your destiny. Maybe you just have to let your hope guide you a little more. If you want to work with me, there are 2 ways of working with me, and those ways are in the description of this video. If this sounds logical and makes sense, then see you on consultations. Thank you for listening.